Oh boy, a little chilly this morning. 54 degrees at around just after 8 a.m. But the cat keep bumping my arm. Alright, settle down. I gotta pet him with one hand while I hold the phone with the other one. Okay. Anyway, 54, almost 55 degrees. A little chilly, but I decided to go ahead and feed hay today. Yeah, I think I can do it. I'm gonna take the ATV out there first, though. Cut the net wrap off so I spend less time on the tractor. Okay. I'm in no hurry to get out there. I'm gonna wait a little while before I go out. Come on, cat, stop bumping me. Yeah, I could say gloomy day today. Gloomy because it's cloudy and chilly. Morning. But it's not so bad. Not too bad. I don't know where the cattle are today. The bale's still there. And there's something down there. There's something down there. Oh, it's a buzzard. Yeah, it's a buzzard. They're still eating on the carcass of that dead calf. What was that? Around the middle of February, it died. Yeah, it was born dead, still born. And they're still picking on it. Okay, let's go find the cattle. There they are. I don't know why they're laying on the wet ground. Anyway, here they are. They're doing fine. Doing fine. A little chilly through here. Ooh, wind's coming in from that area. Coming across. That means the wind from the north. You can tell by the leaves. Look at the trees. They're getting pretty green now. Wind from the north or northwest. That's a big, tall poplar tree. Poplar. Anyway, look at the trees are green now. Trees are green. Yeah, there's another poplar. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go out later. I guess I better dress warm today. It's a little chilly. A little chilly. Okay. I gotta go back in and warm up. Oh, the cloud cover makes it look like it's going to rain, but it didn't say anything about in the forecast about rain. So I'm going to go with that. Yeah, it's just cloudy and cold. Yeah, it's cold. I'm not going to give them a bale here because they still got some. So I'm just going to feed the ones out in the big pasture. Yeah. They looked like they were starting to need it. Oh, they were still eating on the old hay, but I want to keep the grass growing, so if I give them hay, it gives the grass a chance to grow back a little bit. But look at all the trees. They're green now. After that warm weather we've been having, look at all the green trees now. Besides these are always green. The cedars. Okay, well, I better get back in the house and warm up and get dressed for a ride on the ATV and then a ride on the tractor. They look comfortable. Yeah, I got some work around the house to do too. Hey, Cat, how you doing? He likes to follow me around whenever I go somewhere. It won't be long. I need to start cutting grass here and out the big pasture too. You can tell what they eat compared to this grass in the pasture. That tells you how much they've been eating. Yeah, so they keep it nibbled down. Yeah, I need to burn that too sometime. But it's kind of wet to do that. I'll wait till it dries, get real dry and a little warmer. But there goes Bud. He's going out to hunt. When I burn that over there, I gotta make sure I drag that limb or tree or whatever it is over. Bye, Bud. Hope you'll catch something. See you later, Bud. Oh, he's out of sight already. Anyway, yeah, I will be cutting this and around the yard, front yard mostly. Everything else I let the cows in to eat. Yeah, see that weeds there on the hill there? I keep that cut somewhat. Whatever I can't cut, I'll spray. I also spray along here. Now, last year I was raking it all up because there was no cattle here, but this year when I cut, I want to blow it all that way. Blow it all underneath the fence, that way you can have something to eat. But it's too cold to be cutting grass and wet right now. I'll wait till the grass is dry. And when I cut grass here, I'm going to cut grass at the big pasture too along the road. At least along the road, if not more. But right now, I'm not. I'm just going to feed some hay. I'll wait for warmer weather to cut grass again. My first time this year anyway. Yeah, this is the culvert I want to install down there. One of these days, as soon as I get in contact with the excavator people again. Yeah, I guess they're busy. Well, did you catch something, Bud? Nah, he just went hunting. Okay, it's too cold out here. I gotta go in. Yeah, I'll dress warm again today. Yeah, but that's to be expected in April. Hope that don't hurt my lemongrass this cold weather. It's not free. Well, at least I know my weed killer was working. Yeah, I'll have to start, once I cut grass out at the big pasture, and around here too. I'll have to start spraying the fences, especially out there along the perimeters. Yeah, because I'm not gonna, I could mow that, but I'm not going to. Since I got the cattle here, I'm just going to use the weed killer on the fences. Of course, I have to buy some first. I'm running low. Okay, I gotta go warm up. Well, the lemongrass and two lemongrasses that survived the winter inside the house. Out of all those are the only two that survived. Yeah, that's because my fault. I tried to stuff too much plant into too small of a container, which means they didn't have enough soil. So I'll have to think better about that next year or this fall when I transplant whatever grows out of those two. And the sweet potato, that came back. Yeah, I was growing in the house all winter. Yeah, just to have something growing. And but more than likely, a deer or something's going to come up here and eat that. Did last year, so we'll see. I just grow it to look at. I also eat some of the sweet potato leaves, the tips of the vines. Okay, let's get back in the house. Well, I'm ready to head out to the big pasture to cut the neck wrap off the bales first with the ATV. And I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna use the time lapse to go out there. Well, it might have been a shaky ride. coming out here because I got a new gizmo. Well, it's not new. I just found it a while back. About a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I forgot where I found it. Anyway, it's something I can attach my phone to the ATV. Yeah, and the only place I could really attach it is to the handlebars, but it worked. There was a lot of vibration, so I might have to find a new place for it. But no matter where I put it, it's going to vibrate. Anyway, I'm here to cut the net wrap off before I bring the tractor out. Well, I got a different thing I got a thing to attach my phone to the ATV. Although it might have been a shaky ride, because the ATV vibrates a lot. I heard a calf call it. Yeah, the cattle were down in the bottom pasture. Anyway, I'm gonna cut the net wrap off the bales first before I bring the tractor out. And I'm gonna cut the net wrap off 4 bales. 2 bales in the middle and the 2 outside bales too. So that's 4. Because after I feed hay today, I'm gonna start to work on trying to change out the tie bars for the steering. Might take me a while to get that done, but if I could even get it done. So anyway, I want to see how I can do. But today I'm feeding hay. Yeah, 4 bales today. Well, I got the net wrap cut off, and I'm gonna head back to the house, get the tractor, and feed these 4 bales. Well, it's 2:30 p.m. and I'm done with the feeding. I gave him 4 bales. The new calf, born yesterday, sure is running around real good. So it's nice and healthy. I guess it's a good time of year to have calf when it's warm and it's just warm, put it that way. Okay. It was a little chilly this morning though, wasn't it? Yeah. But still comfortable. Those 4 calves haven't moved though. Yeah. I was wrong. I got 3 calves with pink noses. Yeah, there's one there, a bull calf. This heifer over here, and the new one that was born yesterday. The other 2, the one laying down there and the one over there, those 2 got black noses. That's a bull and that's a heifer. So I got 3 heifers this year and 2 bulls. Last year I had 3 bulls, but this year I had 2 heifers that had calves, so that gave me 5. Herd's growing. Yeah, but it won't be long. I may have to sell something because this pasture has a limit of how many cattle it can support. It's a 20-acre pasture, but a lot of it's used up for the hay feeding, which cuts down on the grass. But I'll have to figure out how many I can keep on here with the amount of hay I get and the amount of grass that they can eat. It's a balance. Yeah, there's that new calf over there, born yesterday, but it acts like it's a week old already the way it's running around. Yeah, the bull didn't waste time. He rolled that bale from there over where that white calf or that black calf is. Then I decided, after I got all the other ones set, I decided to come back and pull that one, pick it back up and put it over here. Yeah, keep them more spread out a little bit so their butts don't hit so much. Anyway, looking good. This should hold them for a while. Yeah, there's 4 bales set out. The last couple of weeks I've only gave them 2, but since I'm going to be working on the tractor and I don't know if I'll be able to get it done, because I may not have to feed them hay anymore once we get into May, and this is the last way into May. Yeah, so. But once I start working on them those tie rods, take them off and try to put the new ones on. Don't know how long that's going to take, so I wanted to make sure I had a backup. Look at the calves over there. That's it, bully. Tear it up. Oh, they still like the hay. This is last year's hay. First cutting. So it's not quite a year old yet. It's cut the first week of June, I think. There's the other 2. That's the last cow to have her calf. I'm out of breath because I walked down the hill because the buzzards were eating on something. I thought it might have been afterbirth, but it was the remains of a dead possum, and I don't know what killed it, but that's what it was. There was still a tail. I know a possum tail when I see it. Well, there goes the bull. He's rolling the second bale. There he goes. Can't see him, but he's over there behind the bale. I think he's the only one strong enough to do that. Yeah, he's the only one I've ever seen rolling a bale. Yeah. That's it. That's it, little calf. Exercise those new legs of yours. There's the bull tearing up the bale. Yeah, it's okay if they roll it. Yeah, that's why I have this whole area set aside for feeding hay, so he can roll it out. There's still grass growing on the edge. It's just the center that gets. Now, this summer, there'll be a lot of gypsum weeds and those sticker weeds. I don't know. I looked it up one time. I forget what the name of those are. I call them sticker weeds, but I found the name, but I forgot it already. I'll have to look it up again. Hopefully I saved it somewhere on my computer. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll still call them sticker weeds. And the only thing they eat off of them are the very tips where the blossoms or the seed heads are. It's the only thing they don't have thorns on them. And last year I was spraying them, trying to spray to keep them under the gypsum weeds and those sticker weeds. Mostly the gypsum weeds, because the cattle won't eat nothing on the gypsum weed. This year I might do something different. I might break out the old disc. Yeah. And run it across here. I'll probably bring it up here anyway. It's out in the hayfield and I don't need it out there. I'll probably bring it up here, and that actually belongs to the farm, but it's on the farm right now, so it's okay. But I thought that would be easier to do with the disc. Yeah. There's a few broken blades on that disc, but it'll still work. I've used it. I used it the last time I worked down the it's been a while since I used it on the hayfield. Yeah. There goes Bully. Yeah, but I could do something instead of spraying the weeds. Yeah. I could I could hook up a sycamore and do it. But then that'll leave those stems. Sometimes those gypsum weed stems are too hard. They're like wood when they get big. Oh, what am I talking about? I'll just bush hog it. That's what I'll do. I'll bush hog it. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I was thinking about disking it. Just bush hog it. I've done that before anyway. Yeah, I'll bush hog it when they're young. All right, running low on battery. Yeah. I like feeding them up here. Yeah. Sometimes I think it might be a waste of space feeding in this big of an area. Not so much down there. I mean, I feed them down there once in a while, but the majority is from here around to the other end down there. But once in a while I'll feed them on the other end. Yeah. Yeah, I think they like it up here too, especially in wintertime. This blocks the cold wind. Yeah, the sun's warming it up now. It started out it's a little chilly this morning. What, 54? Yeah, but it's warmed up. I think it's around 60 now. Yeah. The air's still a little chilly, but and it's warming up because I'm wearing a sweatshirt, so I'm starting to sweat. Well, I got a low battery. I got to get back to the house. Put my tractor. Here's an elm tree. I think it's the elm tree. Yeah. And the limbs are hanging over here. Pretty nice, good shade. But they got some kind of seeds on them. And the seeds are on the ground. Yeah, they're real small. I'm just guessing those are the seeds. If I can find some. Let me look for some. Yeah, here's some elm tree seed. Those little bitty ones. There's even a maple. There's a maple tree out here somewhere. I forget where. I've seen it before. Anyway, the little bitty ones are the elm seeds. So small. I think the maple's down there somewhere. Because I don't see none down. Most of these are sassafras. There's a wild cherry, I think, down there, but most of them are sassafras. There's an oak. No, that's persimmon. The dark one is a persimmon. There's another elm. Yeah, there's another elm. There's some seeds up there too. Anyway, gotta go before my phone dies. Died when on the way back to the house. It died when I got to the house. But I think it was too cold. Not so much the battery, but too cold. The new calf's got the right idea. Laying in the nice dry hay and enjoying the sun. Yeah, there's the last two bales I fed. They didn't get to that yet, but they will eventually. But they're munching on the first two. Pretty good. There's Bully. You settle down now, boy? Get that playfulness out of you. He just rolls it to get the. He wants to get better hay in the middle. That's why, the middle of the bale. That's why he rolls it. Yeah, this little bull calf from last year, and that black bull calf from last year. This fall, I'm going to bring those two up to the house because they're just not needed out here. I'll leave the other white one. I'll leave the bigger white bull. I'll leave him out here. He may be a replacement someday, so I'm going to hang on to him for a while and see how he grows. Because he's 10 years old, so I don't know how many more years he can get the job done, so I'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I gotta go. Back to the house. Yeah, there's the calves, still enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, good for them. Yeah, this might be the last bales I feed them, since next time I would have to feed them would be around the middle, sometime in May. So, and the grass starts growing better in May. So, and I'll have that other pasture by the road opened up by the middle of May or soon after. So, yeah, I think this will be the last hay this feeding season. Yeah. And the first crop of the hay field this year, I won't have to bring it in from that end. We'll just bring it in from this end. I prefer the other end because it's a little wider, but this works too. Yeah, I don't want to be. Last year I had to move a bunch of bales around to bring all the ones from that end into this end and fill this end up. But I'm not doing that this year. I'm just going to leave them set. One of these days I'm going to count these, how many I got left. But I don't feel like doing it today. All right, calfies. Enjoy your day. I know I am. There's the bull from last year, born March 28th. Mama cow's 5th calf. That's the only bull she ever gave. That's the only bull she had. She's had 5 heifers now. Her last calf was a heifer. Here is a heifer. And I'm leaving here because someday he might take over for that bull. Someday. Maybe. Not sure yet. That's Mama cow's last calf. A heifer, a big one. Okay, let's go home. I decided to open the gate before I got back on the tractor. Yeah. Hi, girls. 2 girls and 2 boys here. I don't want to bother them too much. Okay. Now I'm going home. At least they're not too afraid of me. Unless I get too close. They accept me as one of their herd, I think. Especially while I'm feeding them. Okay. Time to take the tractor home. There's the mama and papa of most of these. He's the papa of everything here, I guess you could say. She's the mama of most of the big ones. Okay, I'm wasting time now. Let's get out of here. I don't know if you can see it, but you can tell the area where I sprayed the weeds. It's turned yellow. It's turned yellow. I know it's sprayed. Oh, I'm back at the house now. And I'm setting up the tractor for the work on that I need to do on the tie rods up there. I'm gonna start on this side, but before I start, I want to block both wheels. I got this side blocked and I got the other side blocked, so it don't roll back and forth. Because I'm going to be jacking up the front end. Or I'm going to try to. Kind of cumbersome getting under there. It's everything up. But if I can jack it up enough to get another 2x4 in on top of that one and on top of that one on that side, I'll be okay. Yeah, I gotta raise it up just a few more inches. Maybe another inch to get another 2x4 under the, I guess you call that the axle. Yeah. Do it on both sides. I want to be able to lift it high enough so the wheels are turned free, but yeah. But I want to make sure I have a good support underneath the front end. That's why I blocked the rear wheels. I hope my jack's strong enough to lift up the front end. I just got to slide that last 2x4 underneath. I think that might be enough. Same on this side. Can't spin the tires, but I got them jacked up enough where I can do this. And that's what I'll need to do. Yeah. Yeah, the side's the same. I can do this. That's all I needed to do. Be able to move the tire to adjust it when I'm hooking everything up. Well, of course, I got to get the old one off first. It's going to be the hard part. Hopefully putting them on will be easier than taking them off. I got it laying on there on both sides, but I also got tension underneath the jack too. Yeah, so that should help. But I'm not going to do nothing today. Too tired. And there's might be something I'm doing tomorrow too. Well, I'm glad the sun came out, warming everything up. Off and on. A few clouds here and there. It's making me sweat though. Yeah, there's the sun. Well, I got a call from the excavator guy, the one who did this work, and down here. And he said he's gonna want to try to do that job tomorrow, but he's got to talk to the guy who's actually using the excavator today, the mini excavator that they used. He's gonna see if they can get their hands on it. Yeah, for tomorrow. And if he's coming tomorrow, even if he's not coming tomorrow, he's supposed to text me back at what time, or if he can even do it tomorrow, because he's got to check with that other guy first who's got it. But while I'm waiting, I'm going to roll this pipe down there, or this culvert down there, and set it up over there someplace where it's going to go, and then all he has to do is dig that one out, move it down there, dig two of them, dig a hole for two of them, and then put those two in and cover it up with dirt that he digs out of this other trench here. Yeah. I don't think he's going to use that dirt. He can get some dirt from over there. But right now I'm going to roll this thing down the hill. That's how I got the other one down there. I rolled it down right there.
Well, this is how I rolled down the other one, so I'm going to do this one the same way. If it'll work. Here it goes. There it goes. One way to do it. The fun way. I think I'll just leave it right there. Although somebody might see it and try to steal it. So I'm going to put it somewhere out of the way. Yeah, I'm going to go down and move it. That'd be a good place for the excavator guy to park his truck and trailer. That's on the high side. I wouldn't park it on the low side, it might be wet there, but this side should be drained off. Yeah, because there's really no ditch up there to speak of. That's where I would park. The last time he parked up over here, which is still work there if he wanted to. Yeah. There's somebody down there on the bridge. I think on the bridge, yeah. I think they're turning around. Well, I got to move that culvert. Yeah, I want to move it. I'll move it over here. Yeah, closer to where I'm there. I want them to put it. Yeah, cattle are way over there. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty hot. Well, I'm going to try to drag this culvert. Well, I'm not going to try. I am going to drag this culvert over to there because that's where I want it. Yeah, this is where I want that culvert. In addition to the one they're going to dig out of there. And my logs too. My logs will go here, same as it did there on each side. Guess I better move those limbs out of the way. Okay, this is where, and then dig a deeper hole, dig this out so they get 2 culverts in there, and then I'll have them dig out the rest to add the dirt to the side over there, and also they'll need some dirt here, dig something out here to cover this up. Yeah. Got a fight going on. He's not winning. You're not winning, bully. Be careful who you pick a fight with. He tried to pick a fight with me too, but yeah, I got him to back off for me. But yeah, don't pick a fight with these girls yet. You're not big enough. Yeah, that pipe and the other pipe over there. I put them both right in there. Right up in here. Right up to have this dug out and put them right down in there. And put them low too. Or should I say put them deep. I don't think we need to dig any of this. Too many roots here. Just leave the roots. Yeah, from that, because it drops off right there. So that's where those culverts are going to go, right there. Yeah, they got lots of grass to eat now. I don't think they're interested in hay anymore. Yeah, that should work. That culvert's 15 inches across, and that one's 12 inches across. So between the two of them, I should hold it. I should have it be big enough to carry the water that comes down this stream. And if it overflows, I guess it'll overflow here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, it's 5 p.m. and it's only 60 degrees, so didn't warm up a lot today. So at least the sun came out. Yeah, it was a nice day. Yeah, I haven't got a message back from the excavator guy yet. I might message him. See what the status is of the work he said he could do tomorrow. We'll see. Well, it's 7:30 p.m. and if there weren't any clouds, the sun would be setting right now. Yeah, but probably somewhere over there. I'm just guessing though. But there's too many clouds for that. So, but the sun is setting right about now. All right, that's all for today. Catch you on the next one.